The moment your soulmate finally decides to reveal the deepest truth hidden inside their heart, nothing in your world will ever feel ordinary again. You have waded through silence, confusion, unanswered questions, and nights where you wondered if destiny had forgotten your name. But what if every delay was preparing a single unforgettable moment, a moment so powerful that it would erase every doubt you ever carried? Right now, there is an invisible shift happening between your soul and theirs. You may not see it yet, but your heart has already begun to recognize it. There is a reason this message reached you today instead of yesterday or tomorrow. Someone has been fighting emotions they could no longer hide. Someone has reached the point where pretending is becoming impossible. The strongest proof of love isn't always spoken through words. Sometimes it arrives through a decision that changes everything forever. Don't skip, because the next few moments may explain feelings you've carried for far longer than you realize. A sign has already appeared around you, but almost everyone overlooks it the first time. It could be a familiar song playing unexpectedly, a dream that refuses to leave your memory, or an unusual feeling that someone is thinking about you at the exact same moment. None of these are random. They are quiet echoes before the greatest confirmation arrives. Yet there is one final obstacle standing between both hearts, and the way it disappears will leave you speechless. There is something your soulmate has never admitted, not because they lacked love, but because they feared the weight of losing you before they truly had you. Every smile they showed the world concealed an unspoken sentence they wished they could say directly to you. While everyone believed they were moving forward without looking back, a part of them kept returning to thoughts of you. They remembered conversations that seemed ordinary to everyone else but meant everything to them. They replayed moments you probably forgot within hours, while those same memories became their quiet source of hope. What makes this extraordinary is that they have recently reached a turning point. Someone close to them unknowingly said something that awakened emotions they had buried for far too long. Since that moment, their heart has refused to stay silent. They have begun questioning every decision that kept them distant. They are imagining what life would feel like if fear no longer controlled their choices. This internal battle has become impossible to ignore. Every sunrise feels like another reminder that time is running out. Every sunset whispers that love delayed too long becomes regret. The universe has been arranging tiny pieces behind the scenes, bringing unexpected conversations, surprising encounters, and meaningful coincidences into both your lives. None of these events happened without purpose. They are building toward one unforgettable revelation. Stay till the end, because the final piece of this invisible puzzle is closer than anyone realizes. Before your soulmate reaches you, however, one unexpected event will test both courage and faith. It won't appear dramatic at first. In fact, it may seem like an ordinary day, an ordinary message, or an ordinary encounter. But hidden inside that simple moment will be the most powerful confirmation you've ever received. The strange part is that many people miss it because they're expecting fireworks instead of quiet certainty. Your story is choosing certainty over noise, and that changes everything. Imagine waking up one morning with an unexplainable sense of peace, even though nothing around you appears different. That feeling won't come from nowhere. It will arrive because two hearts separated by distance, timing, or misunderstanding are finally beginning to move toward the same destination. Your soulmate has reached the edge of a decision that can no longer be postponed. They understand that real love cannot survive forever inside silence. They know that every day without honesty only strengthens the fear they are trying to escape. That realization is becoming impossible to ignore. Soon, a gesture will appear that carries more meaning than 1,000 promises. It may not look grand to the outside world, but to your soul, it will feel like the missing chapter you've searched for all along. The proof of love you've been waiting for will not depend on perfect words or impossible miracles. It will come through undeniable action. The kind that cannot be faked, borrowed, or misunderstood. When that moment arrives, you won't need anyone else to explain its meaning because your heart will recognize it instantly. The silence that once created uncertainty will suddenly become the reason this revelation feels so overwhelming. Every unanswered question, every delay, every confusing chapter will begin connecting like pieces of a story written long before either of you understood its purpose. Yet there is one final secret your soulmate still carries, a truth so unexpected that once it is revealed, you'll understand why destiny refused to let your paths disappear forever, and what happens next will be the most unforgettable proof of love your life has ever witnessed. The truth your soulmate has been hiding is far more intense than anyone around them could imagine. For a long time, they convinced themselves that silence was safer than honesty. They believed that protecting their feelings meant protecting their future. But something has changed. Recently, a moment occurred that they never expected, a quiet realization that shook every wall they had built around their heart. Since then, they have been replaying memories of you over and over, searching for signs they once ignored. Every unanswered conversation now feels unfinished. Every missed opportunity feels heavier than before. They are beginning to understand that destiny keeps bringing your energy back because it refuses to let this connection disappear. The remarkable part is that while you may think nothing is happening, everything is happening beneath the surface. Decisions are being made. Doubts are fading. Courage is replacing fear one step at a time. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next move they make won't be accidental, it will be intentional, unmistakable, and impossible to forget. The proof you've been waiting for will arrive when you least expect it, making it even more powerful. There is one detail, however, that changes everything. Your soulmate has started noticing strange patterns surrounding your connection. Familiar places suddenly remind them of you. Certain words seem to appear everywhere. Even ordinary days somehow bring your memory back with unexpected strength. These moments are no longer easy to dismiss. Deep inside, they know this isn't coincidence. It's a reminder that some bonds refuse to break, no matter how much time passes. And just when they thought they could ignore these signs one last time, something happened that completely transformed the direction of their heart. That single event became the beginning of a decision capable of changing both of your lives forever. Before you discover what that decision is, remember one thing: sometimes the greatest proof of love arrives after the longest silence, making its impact far greater than anyone could imagine. Think about every delay you've experienced. Every unanswered question. Every moment when it felt as though nothing was moving forward. What if none of those moments were wasted? What if each one was quietly preparing your heart for a revelation that could only happen after both souls were truly ready? That is exactly why this story feels different. Your soulmate isn't being pushed by pressure anymore. They're being pulled by truth. They have reached a point where pretending everything is fine has become more painful than admitting what they truly feel. The fear of losing you forever has become stronger than the fear of expressing their emotions. This shift is rare because it changes every future decision they make. Instead of asking, "What if this doesn't work?" they have begun asking, "What if I lose the greatest love I was ever meant to experience?" That single question has transformed hesitation into determination. The universe often waits for this exact moment before opening the next door. You may soon notice an unexpected message, an unplanned meeting, or a conversation that seems ordinary at first. But hidden inside that moment will be something your heart has been waiting to hear for longer than you realize. Don't let appearances fool you. Life-changing moments rarely announce themselves with loud celebrations. They arrive quietly. And only later do you realize they changed everything. If this message is giving you hope, take a second to like the video, subscribe for more inspiring messages like this, share it with someone who believes in meaningful connections, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Now keep listening, because the next revelation is even more surprising. There is still one final emotional barrier standing between your soulmate and the action they've been preparing to take. The astonishing part is that this barrier isn't created by distance or circumstances anymore. It's created by one last fear inside their own heart. And the way that fear finally disappears will become the greatest confirmation you've ever received. Picture the exact moment when someone can no longer hide what their soul has carried for so long. There comes a point when emotions grow too powerful to remain invisible. Your soulmate is approaching that point right now. They are beginning to realize that genuine love isn't measured by how long someone stays silent, it is measured by the courage to finally step forward despite every uncertainty. That realization is creating a transformation inside them that even they didn't expect. The person who once hesitated is becoming someone ready to choose honesty over fear. The person who once questioned destiny is beginning to trust it completely. And when that transformation reaches its highest point, the proof of love you've been waiting for won't need dramatic explanations. You'll recognize it instantly because it will carry a peace that cannot be manufactured. It will answer questions you stopped asking. It will heal doubts you thought would never disappear. It will make the confusing chapters of your journey suddenly make perfect sense. Yet the most astonishing revelation has still not arrived. There is one hidden truth your soulmate has never spoken aloud to anyone, a truth so deeply personal that revealing it will require every ounce of courage they possess. Once those words finally leave their heart, nothing between you will ever feel the same again. The next chapter reveals why this confession has been delayed for so long, and why the moment it finally happens will become the most unforgettable turning point in your entire journey together.